It's funny, the spirits are saying it's always about the money, it seems. It's funny how spirits are talking about money. Do they have a use for it? On Google Maps, it says the retards are hurrying down the street. You classify as being a retard. Um, I have a gentleman in my recovery when I was a fucking. Soon as I got my first erection and I Googled porn on LimeWire, I got a video of a fucking 4-year-old girl sucking some man's dick, okay? That girl is a male in my recovery house with a last name that he's been besides the point. Um, your disability to help me with financial aid isn't suitable for my diet, okay? On the news right now, they're talking about a Cambodian exhibit. While I'm watching it, they're stating that the Cambodian man, like when we eat different foods, it allows us to see different colors and different spirits based off of their origin, spices and stuff. Um, do you think I'm harmonic with an ancient Cambodian that actually ate human meat? I'm not talking about the vegetables that I don't feel comfortable growing in your garden because I don't want to fucking eat them because they're fucking disgusting. Okay? Um, to the point of like my wife right now is a fucking starling. If you ever ate a piece of wild birdseed when you're a kid, you know that it leaves you a milk grit on your teeth. For the most interesting thing that you could ever think about is what happens when something is going through the first stages of life as a sapling, as a birdling, as a humanling, as like milking when they're actually absorbing environments that like I have a friend here in my house, Steve Miller, okay? His baby is allergic to his own mother's breast milk, okay? So, with that said, I can't afford the Cambodian man in order for me to see what's going on with him. Like when we have things like all dressed chips and Dr. Pepper, to me, that's every bad guy and good guy. How long they'll stay into me depends on how much I'm eating. Right now, like my stomach gets hungry and I know who needs to eat what. And if the food isn't there, it rips the shit right out of my fucking spine. And it fucking hurts me. So now I have to bind to a Cambodian person that ate fucking people. Not the people you've killed or the ones you've looked the other way when have died or the ones property you're living in or ex houses, but the ones that actually ate them. So on the news relay, it's showing his it showed him with the 0-0 on his fucking basketball jersey. That means I have nothing in me to bind to that man. Okay? Um, I know I need to eat corn chips to bind to him. You know, when you were a child and you put a piece of wild birdseed in your mouth, that it had milk grit on it. Okay? So now our environment is breast milking. I can't afford to give my better halves the nourishment that they need to follow the quarren that just pulled out of my spine to continue on to help me assemble the next type of Cambodian or the next type of grasshoppered man. You've literally created a blockade. All of your Lego blocks, your toy trains, your garbage trucks, your radio is lining up for you to hire a retard to at least look at some of your closed files or the ones that you are personally retarded at because you're cut too short, and I give you praise for trying, but you're just not trying hard enough, and your communication skills are fucking horrible. Um, on the bright side of things, for acknowledgement on catching the bad porn guy, the septic is getting filled with them. He's going to be going through a relay. He's going to be sharing all the bad guys associated to him. And as the reprieve from that, the the male that is simpatico with him, but a good guy, um, when he embodied me yesterday, his nuts flipped from offering only tranny babies to the world, maybe one of your future kids, to actually being able to have what you would call a productive member of a sexual society, one that you're proud of. Because remember, your breath smells like dicks, okay? Um, and you seem to be okay with that. Um, if you want to put this into terms that you understand better, we've always known that there's been a Hells Angels resource on Glover Road, okay? Um, it's been taken out, and I would ask you, well, you're going to check out the mural of me again on 72, or right down the road here Out of the Box. It's saying MB, and there's a fucking crown right there, or something like that. I would like you to take that into an account, and then the Hells Angels that have the big mural on their side with their ongoing clubhouse. There's a giant picture of or a giant sculpture now of your mentor, a snail, right beside the old mural on Glover. Go and look. Okay. When I was a kid, I was curious about pinching the eyes on a snail and pulling them out of its head. Could I do it? As an adult, I don't want to do it. Um, do you know what happens to you? Love colors, and you love the emotional, spiritual, physical aspect of bleeding quintessence. Do you know how it makes me feel knowing the information I know, and then being in physical pain and trying to relate it to a way that you can feel? When I was talking about the guy with the huge forehead, the 14-foot tall short person yesterday, he blew apart, okay? And now my shoulder blades and my back are pulling together like a dog. Do you know how a dog lays? With its chin out. Like, if a human were to do that, it would break your fucking neck, okay? Like, if you don't believe me, try looking up at the stars or at the clouds for fucking 15 minutes. It's gonna hurt your neck. You're not a dog. Neither am I. But my shoulder blades are pulling together like I'm one, okay? And I'm gonna bite you soon. So you're not helping me with birdseed. I don't have corn chips. Um, you don't think you're retarded. Um, you want to know how spiritually I'm doing, or why the airstream of planes always flies over me. Um, you offered the dog shit on your shoes more respect than the life on the planet you actually live on. Great work. Everything is so impressed with you. When the flies come and touch me, they take apart. I don't know if I mentioned this. My last video got cut, so it'll take it off to the spider where it needs to get eaten, to the bird that needs to eat it. And you're not even helping me with the wombing process. I'm ready, available to hiring, and if you don't like the way I operate, just maybe get your mom to call me, because I think, like, have you ever heard that the males from the generation before you had more testosterone than you? Oh yeah, so on the news, they're now they've asked me. They think it might be a good idea to help me with this Cambodian gentleman to take a steroid, even though I don't want to take it. So when it comes to hair loss, if I get a hair that doesn't bind to me, it'll knock out one of my old ones. So for me, so he's not binding properly. So in order for me to take the steroid that would be his testosterone to figure him out longer, it's going to dip right into my savings. And you know what? I have one, they say every person should have one pair of clothes that they're proud of. And I don't even own fucking matching socks. Okay. And now I may or may not have to take testosterone of a gentleman um, to sort him out for. Um, Good morning. I just can't afford it.